Good afternoon, folks. It's another episode of the Gary and Mark Show. I'm Gary.
And I am Mark.
And we're coming to you not live.
No, but we are alive.
Yes, we are.
And we are alive, Gary.
We are at Green River Barbecue, birthplace of the Gary and Mark Show.
That is true. It was sometime like May 2019 outside here.
Yep.
When we did our very first recording. Yeah. And that wasn't the first episode, but that was the very first time.
Yes, it was.
And you can still hear that episode.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
And as an outgrowth of that, the Gary and Mark Podcasting University got off the ground and is taken off. And today, we are fortunate to have the other members of the administration.
I mean, almost the entire.
Almost.
In fact, all the administration is here.
Yeah.
Maybe Angela Nicholas isn't here, who's in charge of our marketing department.
Right.
But everybody else is here. So we have Howard Yarborough.
Yes.
On one side of me.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome, Howard. Back to the show. It's been a while. He's a beer expert and a lot of other things. And when we started that university, we were going to emphasize, academics only.
Yes, academics.
There we go.
Yeah.
But we figured out soon that we could be very poor as an academic university. We needed to bring in sports.
Yes.
And so we have with us our other guest today. Actually, not a guest, but he's here. Don Sileman, our athletic director.
All right. Glad to be here again. Yeah.
Yes. We are so glad you are here again.
Yeah.
And
Don brought great fame and recognition to the university in his performance at Kiowa in the marathon.
He did. Okay. So he ran with our sponsorship, carrying that banner.
Carrying the banner.
I had an
6
foot
by
banner.
10-foot banner through the streets of Kiowa.
Oh, yeah.
Your 30-second marathon.
That's right. 32, yeah.
So tell us how you did, Don.
I finished. That's number one always when you're in a marathon. It took me 3 hours and 35 minutes, just about what I thought I would do. And it's a long ways to go, 26.2 every one you do, and you always forget how long that is until you're in it.
Well, if you're like me, I would be thinking about halfway through the first mile, where's my bathroom? Did you have to stop at all?
No, I didn't stop at all. Ran the whole way.
Okay, that is impressive.
Yeah.
And you have another one planned?
Not right now. Just kind of taking some downtime, and the winter rolls around. But maybe this spring I'll find probably like a half marathon next.
Okay. So
yeah.
If our listeners hear a lot of noise, we are, as always, recording an ambient sound here at Green River Barbecue. And there's only 2 other people in this place besides us, but they're very loud. So
And they're having a good time.
they are having a very good time.
If you went to a restaurant and it was like sounded like a library or a funeral home, you wouldn't want to eat there.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, we have, as we often do, just a couple of shout-outs. I'm not going to do them all today because we've got other things going on, but we'll get some shout-out music playing. There we go. And I didn't run these by Gary, but we've heard from a couple people.
Yes.
That's the word. So one of them was a friend of mine, Danny Moore, Albemarle. We've shouted out to him once before, but I had lunch with Danny about 2 weeks ago, and I'm going to tell you, he could tell me almost every episode of our show.
Wow.
And that's dedication. He's one
Impressive.
of our super fans.
Yeah.
And we heard from a friend of mine, Lynn Carnes. Lynn runs her own program of like coaching of executives and stuff. And so she has her own podcast. She just got started. But so I got her to listen to ours. And she said, if I can find it here. Oh, yeah, here we go. She says, I listened to the whole Pam Stone episode, and I loved it. You guys are funny, and I love the vibe between the two of you. That would be Gary and Mark here. I used to listen to Pam Stone on the radio and plan to buy her book thanks to your great conversation about it. So we have to make sure Pam knows about that.
There you go.
And we also heard...
She'll probably hear it because when she hears our podcast.
That's right. We hope she will listen. Yeah, I don't think Pam Stone's ever heard a podcast. He told us when we did that one. But anyhow, so that's enough shout outs for today. But we've got some news always going on here. One more thing I thought I'd bring up, Gary, and before we get to this thing, we bring our guest here on.
Yeah.
I got this thing on this podcasting newsletter saying that Podcasts Are Here Forever, the U.S. Library of Congress, is adding podcasts to its archive as part of its mission to collect and preserve sound recordings. It is currently writing to selected podcasters to ask permission to add their show to library collections, to preserve it, etc. Have you been contacted yet?
No, but I would think Howard would be the one who would hear first.
Howard, have you gotten any word from the Library of Congress yet?
Not yet, no. No, they still have that up there?
No.
Well, I don't know.
I mean, has that not been shut down or sent to
maybe.
Mexico or something?
It could be.
It may be, maybe it's the video of Congress now, not the library. Who reads? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Well, they haven't contacted me. Don, have you been contacted by the Library of Congress?
I have not as yet, but I expect it any moment.
Yeah.
We could always just send them just, without solicitation.
That's it.
And maybe they'll put it up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are now out of the top 250 of comedy in both U.S. and Australia, but we hope to get back up in there.
What's our Vietnam status?
We're probably out of Vietnam, too. I get
Oh,
the support every day. If you're not listed, it means you're out of the top 250. But we could be in 251st spot.
Maybe we could pick another random country that we haven't heard of, that's heard of us.
Well,
But
we're getting there. So, Howard, you crunched numbers recently with our Show the Love campaign, or trying to get our numbers up higher in our social media. How are we doing? Do you have any updates?
Well, the good news is so far I haven't known anyone who's shown us hate. So I think they're showing us love, even if it's in small increments.
And not like that.
yeah.
Love is always better than hate.
Yeah.
And so no one that shows us hate, that's a good thing. Yeah. So these people over here to our other room, I mean, they're like 20 feet away. This is a quiet, it was a quiet place. But we did pick up a few more on Podbean,
Hey.
which is our main hosting place. We did get to 2 more in YouTube. That's up to 20. Others just sitting there. But you know what? That's part of it. We are getting there, one person at a time, one fan at a time. So how are the finances looking for university, Howard?
Well, we're still hovering around 0, but that's better than being in the negative numbers,
You know, that is true.
And we're consistent.
Yeah.
That's right. We've always been hovering around the
Yeah, we're
zero.
trying hard not to run a big deficit, though,
You know what? That's right.
And we have not had any admissions scandals that I have heard of.
Not a one.
Not a one.
Not a one.
No convictions.
Yeah, we've talked about both. And every time I mention this, Gary always says he's never been convicted. And I always say, and I've never even been arrested, but he always stops talking at that point. So have you ever been arrested, Gary?
No convictions. No convictions.
Okay, we're not going to go
Yeah.
there. Okay.
Yeah.
Some
Rest of
holes
you been
don't wanna
arrested
go
ever
into.
before? Protest or anything?
What do you say?
A protest or something? He wants to change the subject.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah. Let's talk about incontinence or something.
All right, so-
Something. No.
All right, Gary. So he
Okay.
did find something in the AARP magazine. Tell us about it.
I did.
And
I
you did
did.
your research, too.
I did. I found an ad for what's called Men's Liberty. Liberty is a
like-
name sort of like freedom.
It's like Paul Revere and
Yeah, things you fight for, your country, to make your country stronger
What?
or
Okay.
drier. Well, the headline says, what adult diaper companies don't want men to know.
Oh, yeah. Well, what would that be?
what is it? Yeah.
Well, this is a new way to kind of help solve the problem of incontinence. And I'm not going to go into big detail, but it's an alternative solution that they say dependably replaces diapers, pads, and condom catheters. Now,
Condom catheters.
that just strikes fear in my heart and another part of my body when I hear that. I'll just say this is non-invasive. it's external, and it's more comfortable and sanitary than adult diapers. That's
And if I'm not mistaken, you've actually done additional research, right?
well, I did go online and give them my email and the phone number, and I received a call.
And this was something very expensive.
Well, I said, how much is it? And I wouldn't get a price, just that Medicare would cover 80%.
And did they describe what this looks like or how
Well,
this
you
works?
can go online there, and folks, if you want to go online and see how you can set this rig up, please do. I'm not going to go into detail here, but it does involve some adhesives, and
I hope easily
tube.
removable adhesives.
I hope
duct
so.
tape.
I hope so too. But that's where you have that balance of you want to be able to remove it easily, but you don't want it to fall off. I'm talking about the thing, not the other thing falling off. And
Rubber
it
bands
says-
can work
It
well,
says
too.
it is discreet, dignified, and dependable.
You know what? I think we need to order one of these.
Well, we might.
And we'll get Don or Howard to demonstrate it.
make,
They can bring a banana in or
well,
something.
make a YouTube video. Show us how this works.
We can block that part out.
Yeah.
They can just go behind the curtain.
This could
or
become part of the athletic department.
Well, it could. Just think how much longer
Right.
your athletes could endure
Yeah,
things without
26
having
miles
to
would be
stop.
nothing.
Nothing.
something. Go 52 miles.
Who needs a
Yeah.
porta john? We've got this.
Yeah, you just carry this reservoir on your leg or
So,
somewhere.
You could give people the website, but they ought to look that up themselves. I
Yeah, I'll
think.
let them do that.
It's called Liberty. Men's
Liberty.
Liberty.
Men's Liberty. I assume there's a one called like Men's Freedom. And, it sounds like the Bill of Rights.
Well,
Yeah.
there's no picture of the device. That's the thing.
No, but if you go online, it'll show you a graphic representation.
So is that a picture you drew?
That's a picture I drew.
I have no idea what that is. It's a good thing people
No,
can't
Well,
see
let's just
this.
say
Nor
on the
do you
page,
want to.
it looks like a happy golfer. A golfer, not a gopher. Yeah.
That's because he doesn't have to worry.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we should check with Howard to see if there's enough funds available or approve funds, even though they say Medicare will approve up to 80%. But
Yeah. Well, it would depend on how much that 20% is, I guess.
yeah, it would. Yeah. So that's the one thing I have to offer today as we move forward and get older.
Well, I think it's worth checking that out.
Let's mention here at Green River Barbecue, if you're here on Wednesday and you have a sandwich or an entree, what do you also get for no extra charge?
A free dessert.
Free
And we
dessert.
did not even know that when we picked Wednesday.
Oh, I thought it was going to be Men's Liberty device.
Well, there you go. That would be.
I think I enjoy my dessert better than the.
I don't know.
But I want to see this thing.
You haven't
Yeah,
tried
you
Men's
wanna-
Liberty yet. You don't know.
No, I bet it's like $300 or something. I can't imagine.
I
it.
think it was something like $12. It's
That's
not so
hard.
bad.
Yeah. I like the free mixed berry cobbler.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what Howard had. So,
Yeah.
we normally are at Saluda Outfitters often. That's one of our chief sponsors, but they don't open till 4 on this day of the week during the winter. So we are here at Green River Barbecue.
And by that time, I'll be waking up from my nap. I hope.
Yeah, that's right. It is nap time. So I guess News and Watershed, we were discussing. We had a hike. We had a team building meeting this morning. We went on a nice hike, Conserving Carolina hike, called Drip Falls, Norman Wilder Forest.
It was
and
dripping.
We used that as team building and what else?
Yeah. Well, the drip falls just kind of falls right in there with
There you go.
everything else we've talked about.
That's right. And it made some of us want to drip some more. But
Yeah.
But we were talking about in the news, not the News and Watershed, but it involves Watershed, about
Well,
our Royals.
yeah.
So somebody just chime in there.
Anybody want to? What are we going to do about Harry and Meghan? Because we need to be in front of this. We don't want Harry and Meghan to show up at Watershed, and we don't have a plan because they're looking for a place where nobody will find them or nobody will even notice them. and we're probably at the top of the list.
Well, I think we ought to call up there people and invite them to move instead of Vancouver, which has over 1 million people. Watershed's more like 300 people. There will not be bothered there. There's no paparazzi there.
Couple old barns.
A couple old barns they could fix up.
Maybe if one of our listeners has a phone number or contact us some way, we could reach out to them.
We don't have a number. So
Right.
you could send that number to us at GaryandMarkShow@gmail.com. And we could call them up live on the air.
We could ask the Queen. She probably knows where they are.
Yeah. Do you have her number?
I don't.
Howard,
Well, I
do you
see
have
her.
her
I
number?
see her, though.
So, what was that noise? I don't know.
We dinged.
I heard it. So, Don, you
Something's
ran the
done.
marathon. Do you have any you did not get us into a bowl game. And they're
No,
over.
well, there were a few that were interested, but rather than give us things, they were going to charge us to play.
Oh,
So
well, that's not going to make us any money,
I
is
called Clemson's athletic department. They said they were tied up with some kind of national championship game or something.
You know
So
what?
I don't know.
That's just talk.
And based on how that turned out, they might want to play us.
That's right. They could have won.
Yeah.
They could have
would have had a
won.
better chance. I don't know if they would have won, but
That's true.
you know.
So, spring sports coming up.
Yeah, we got a lot of things going on. We're still, we need to determine our mascot.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't had much response on that.
We don't have much response to anything on this show.
So we thought, with the Rabbit Island sponsorship, we thought maybe, the Fighting Rabbits, it's a fierce critter.
they can be.
They
So,
can't.
yeah.
I've seen the Monty Python movie. Yeah. Yeah.
There you go. That's exactly how that would be our mascot
The
right there.
Fighting Rabbits.
Third down and such, we'd be showing those clips on the big screen.
Yeah. Go Rabbits.
Yeah.
That's right.
Go Rabbits.
I
So
like that.
if we have any listener ideas on our mascot, we'd appreciate those.
Or an
Yeah.
artist rendition, if you want to send us your rendition of a fighting rabbit.
And Gary's wife is an artist, but she refuses to work for the Gary and Mark show.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, I don't know why. It's not high class enough.
Well, she's busy.
Doing what?
Well, other stuff.
Like what?
Well, other
See?
stuff.
See, that's what she tells him every day.
Yeah.
He says, "What are you doing, Barbara?" Because he wants her to be on the show.
Yeah.
Other stuff.
Yeah.
I want you to put that Ring TV thing.
Well,
doorbell in your house.
We do want to get on the show now that we have this women's director of triathlons.
That's right.
Because I think she and Don, the two of them, Spring Briggs, if we could get Spring Briggs on the show, she and Don could come up with like co-ed athletics that would put us on the map.
And we could use some getting on the mat.
Yeah, for sure. How are we doing with our state totals, by the way? Have we got all 50 yet?
You know what? And here's where we need some people to come to the bat. So I go online and you can see, and we still have this entire map filled out of the U.S. except for North Dakota and Alaska. And in both those states, I've know of people who said, oh, yeah, we're going to get them to listen, and we are going to listen, but we do not have any proof. And I would think, now, however, on that chart, it will say other, like 6%. Something other, there's only 48 states shown, 2 missing. Where are those other states?
Right.
I don't get that. But so we think we're missing North Dakota and Alaska and have been for 2 months.
Could we get ahead of the curve in Greenland? Weren't we going to buy that? Could that be a state? And could we get maybe Greenland?
Anything's up for grabs. We did
Yeah.
add Germany.
Yeah.
We have 21 foreign countries and the United States.
Oh.
4 continents.
Nice.
That's a good point. It's, again, like in 2 others in the U.S. were like 6% says others, only 2 states. For all the countries, it's like 6%, but you don't know. I don't know how. Don't ask me how they're tracking this stuff.
If we get this men's liberty, would that help us get more continents?
Well, there you go, because we've got continents, and now we want to get
Yes.
incontinents.
Incontinents. That's what I say. Would that help
if
us get
we
a
could
couple
put
more?
the N back in incontinence.
Right. That's what I was thinking.
That's
That's a
good
good
job, Don. I think that would maybe that's our angle.
And that could be how we raise money.
That could be, and maybe we have an athletic event where it's it's incontinent athletes.
That's right.
Competing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they could show how this works.
They could.
If it doesn't work, we would know.
Yeah. Maybe
We should do that.
one that fills it up first wins.
One of a kind.
Yeah.
That's right.
On that note,
Yeah.
All right. So everything else, watershed going okay, right?
As far as I know, I haven't been there for a few days. It's
No.
just quiet and cold.
It's quiet.
Yeah.
Nursing home still has not opened
Not
up
till
yet.
Groundhog Day. That's a big day.
Down there it is.
Big day.
Big parade and everything.
Yeah.
Okay. I remember one time you got to be the groundhog.
Yeah.
Remember that costume?
Yeah. I saw my shadow.
Yep. That was fun.
I didn't
All right.
come out for days.
No.
Yeah.
So it has been a good episode.
It has.
So I want to thank,
yeah.
even though we're not there today, Saluda Outfitters.
Yes, we do.
L.J. Myers and his White Dove releases.
White Doves.
And our,
Rabbit Island Resorts.
absolutely, and also Gary.
Big Whiz Pocket Buddy.
Absolutely.
And the fact that here we are, almost the entire university, all gathered
I'm telling you.
at one table at Green River Barbecue today,
That is
trying to
impressive.
further the education and make America greater.
That's right.
Yeah.
And we can do that. You can do that with a college degree.
You can,
Get it online. GaryandMark.com.
and share us.
Share us. Please share us. Tell your friends. Tell your non-friends. Tune in. All these people listen. Right,
Yeah.
Howard?
Absolutely.
All the time.
All the time.
And the crowd out here,
It's a huge crowd.
crowd noise.
Crowd noise.
Crowd noise.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
yeah.
got crowd noise. So, yeah, they're having a good time. Okay, so crowd noise. Here we go. There we go.
Boy,
All right, hold it down in there. Hold it
Yeah.
down there. All right. Thank you. Thank you. All right. All right. It's been a good show.
yes, it is.
Don't forget to like us, share us, put us around your friends.
Right. And if you're going to Vietnam, like us there, get us back on the books.
We were number 17 at one time
Yeah.
for about 1 week. It's been a good episode.
And so this is Gary,
And this is Mark.
and it's Howard.
Over there.
And
Thank you,
Don.
Howard. Thank you, Don.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Don.
Glad to be here.
All right. We'll see you in the next episode.